Okay, so this is going to be the first distance learning video for my juniors. You guys are going to start reading March Book 3, so this is going to take you through all of that. As we get started with the lesson, I want to take us back to that journal prompt where I asked you guys to write down or list or discuss any other civil rights struggles that you may be familiar with. So most of you indicated that you don't know any other civil rights struggles except for the African-American right to vote. So some other things that are currently going on in the United States for civil rights, some struggles, are people who are in poverty. So many minorities and people of color are disproportionately affected by poverty. That's one of the civil rights struggles. Unemployment is huge as far as civil rights is concerned. People with criminal history, minorities, women, particularly single mothers, and women of color are disproportionately affected. Voter suppression, in particular, people who have served time for felonies in many states are no longer allowed to vote still. And when it comes to incarceration and voter suppression, that mostly affects people of color. LGBTQ, there are laws that are still in place that allow for discrimination against LGBTQ communities. There is legislation that is pending within the Supreme Court right now to say whether or not it is okay to still discriminate against LGBTQ Americans. There's also trans bans and things that affect transgender Americans in particular. Immigration is a huge issue when it comes to civil rights. There are still people who are asylum seekers, for example. We have the issue with the family separation and kids in cages, things like that. It's happening still in America. Disabilities, so persons with disabilities, people are still discriminating against disabled persons for employment and housing and things like that. Gender, women still do not make equal pay for men. Women of color make even less. Maternity leave is a huge issue when it comes to civil rights. Then there's also Muslims, so people, when it comes to faith, there's a lot of issues with hate crimes, especially against Muslims and Sikhs. Sikhs are not Muslim, but people mistake them for Muslim a lot and will carry out hate crimes against Sikhs. There's also hate crimes against Jewish people. Homelessness, that is also an issue with civil rights to this day. They have laws passed for loitering, and they'll arrest people who are sleeping in public, things like that. So those are just a few of the civil rights issues that are still happening in America today. So why is this all important for you to know about? Ultimately, you are going to be writing an essay for this unit. This essay, you're going to be researching a current civil rights struggle, and you will be citing the Bill of Rights, so which amendments are being violated in this struggle for civil rights. And you're going to be citing evidence from the research that you do. You will also be given a few articles after you're done reading the book, and you will have to pick at least one of those articles to also cite. So you'll be citing at least 3 sources in this upcoming essay. And like I said, you're going to be researching a current civil rights struggle in America. So the Bill of Rights. As we go forward with this reading and through this module, you will need to keep your Bill of Rights assignment handy. The Bill of Rights is what determines what all Americans have rights to. It was the violation of these constitutional amendments that helped us create laws to promote equality. So you need to understand what our rights are as Americans and how these rights are being violated as you go through the readings. So as you read the articles, as you read the book, and as you're researching your own civil rights struggle that you're going to write about and focus on. So what this means is you're going to be reading with a purpose. So what you're going to do first is the first thing you're going to do is reread the Bill of Rights. And then you're going to go back through and you're going to read pages 1 through 85 of March Book 3. So as you read, question, what rights are being violated? Why are these people upset? Why are they fighting? What are they fighting for? Your upcoming assignment is going to be, or this assignment, it's not even upcoming, it's here, hi. You're going to be reading pages 1 through 85 of March Book 3. You're going to do the questions in Canvas, the Read for Understanding. And then you're going to add to a discussion board. I will put the prompt up there for the discussion board in Canvas. And you're going to address one page that stood out to you. So why did it stand out to you? Was it the imagery? Was it the information in there? Was it the story itself? You're going to address what have you learned at this point in the story that you haven't already known or understood. So maybe you have gained greater understanding, or maybe you learned something. What is it that you now understand better or have learned? And then you're going to ask one level 3 question for discussion. After you post it, you're going to respond to a classmate and you're going to respond to their level 3 question. And that should be thoughtfully answered, and it should be a minimum of 100 words. So a reminder on what a level 3 question is. So a level 3 question is a reflective question. It's open-ended. So it could be something to the effect of justify the thoughts on the Bill of Rights. Why are people angry? Give your opinion, explain your reasoning. Imagine if you were this character in the story. Evaluate how, based on your own experiences, do you think this should have happened? Things like that. So a level 3 question is open-ended, and you must be able to provide your own interpretation. So this is going to be your work for the entire week. So instead of trying to tackle it all in one day, what I'm suggesting you do is you break it down and you work on it throughout the week, and you spend a certain amount of time each day on your assignments. So my recommendation is that Monday you are rereading the Bill of Rights and reading pages 1 through 85. Tuesday, you answer the Read for Understanding questions and submit them. Wednesday, write out your discussion. Thursday, respond to your classmate. And then Friday, take that time to reflect and think about your topic for the essay. Which civil rights struggle are you going to focus on? The ones that I covered at the beginning of this video, poverty, unemployment, voter suppression, LGBTQ, immigration, disabilities, gender, religious, Muslims, Sikhs, homelessness. Those by far are not the only struggles going on in America. There are many, many more. Those are just scratching the surface and the things that have been receiving the most attention over the last few years. But you can find plenty of other civil rights struggles and issues that are still occurring in the United States today. So on Friday, I would kind of narrow down what topic you want to focus on for your essay. I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody is feeling okay. I hope everybody's doing okay. I really do miss all of you and look forward to getting back to school and seeing all of your faces. Hope all is well. If you have any questions, email me or reach out to me here in Canvas.